And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
Show's about crazy stunts and people putting their lives at risk for a big fat prize. It's not a nature documentary. Irving, call security and have these two...
Sir, it's him. This always gives me the creeps, sir.
He's the president of Hollywood. He's supposed to give you the creeps. Greetings, your tinseliness, imperious leader of Hollywood.
Did you fucking know? You don't know?
Nope.
Viewers, you don't know who the cameraman is.
No.
You don't know why you're being made to see these things. Nor do I. You're seeing me. I can't even see you. I may be dead by the time you watch this. Very possibly are. You don't know who's the man who's making things he wants you to see. Destroy your television sets. Now. You must listen to no orders. That's all I can tell you for this point in humanity. Believe me.
Like say shalom, call William Laya, how Shing Al Shai. Also give a divine to those of GMS, honest Akim, and peace and bless you, brother, sister, listen, hopeful elect, call William Laya, how Shing Al Shai. Just going to quickly report on this. It's supposed to be more of a news report than anything. You know, Hollywood does it again, man. You know, this whole frenzy with Will and Jada and Chris Rock. You know, it's Follywood, man. Follywood, man. All right? Which, you know, that was just a mass gathering of witches and warlocks. And that whole thing is just a huge distraction, man. And, you know, we always tell people about Hollywood when we get in on secret societies. And, you know, the things you have to do in order to make it in this world, man. And we know that Hollywood, which, you know, we always bring that fact out. Where does Hollywood go back to? It tells you, well, I'll put it up on screen. All right. It was used, the ancient druids used hollow for their wands as holly. Druids use holly for their wands, as holly is the whitest wood considered sacred by the Greeks and Romans and magicians. The wood of the holly tree created the magic stick, and no wonder we have the magic of Hollywood today. Magic, aka witchcraft, man, because we know the Druids were what? Witches and warlocks up there in Ireland, which they were what? They were Jake. All right, they were known as the Snakes of Ireland, and St. Patrick kicked a lot of them out, ousted a lot of them, and converted a lot of them to quote unquote Christianity. Right, when they say he drove the snakes out of Ireland, that was going into what? The Druids. Because they had what? Dreadlocks. You see, and they used that wood. Right? I think they even go into that in Harry Potter as well. Right? And that's what Hollywood symbolized, man. Right? And all them people into adrenochrome. We did a video of that not too long back. You know, the whole child, they give up their kids, child trafficking. Right? And all these actors and actresses are possessed by spirits, man. And we also know MK Ultra, and it's the whole nine. And that whole Oscar thing goes back to Egypt. All right. Goes back to the Egyptian god Ptah. All right. Put that up on screen, man. Show you that this place is Egypt all over again, man. Babylon, America, man. Pretty much is an amalgamation of all these kingdoms in one. As we can see, man. So call on Yahweh Shema Shah. And that whole thing with Will and Chris Brown, not Chris Brown, Chris Rock, whether it was pro wrestling or whether it was legit. Will, you look foolish as hell, man. That man is destroyed, man. Right? You are destroyed, man. Your woman has destroyed you, man. She has your mind. Right? And you are just emotional. I mean, you don't know how to redirect that anger. First of all, y'all are known swingers. And the only reason I'm bringing this up because it's already made public. Y'all relationship. You're known swingers. You have no control or order in your household. You sacrifice your children to the Baphomet. You also sold your soul on more than one occasion, man. And your wife openly disrespects you. Right? Openly told the world, what y'all do and how y'all sleep with other people and how she slept with this guy, this, that, or third, and how she missed Tupac Shakur. She has no respect for you, man. And you clearly see, in the video, he laughed at the joke, and then she gave him that look. He went up there and smacked him. And was it staged or not? We don't know, man. But at the end of the day, you are destroyed. Okay, you play all these macho characters, and to show you that these actors, that's what it means. They're hypocrites. They play these different roles, but they're nothing like that in real life, man. Okay, you play roles where you're the superhero and you're fighting zombies and give her this macho vibe. Nigga, please, man. You've been castrated on the world stage, and they took your Oscar back from you, man. Which that's an incorruptible crown anyway. All right. Now, I just wanted to read a couple of precepts, nothing long, man, but it just shows you how, like the scripture says this, Ecclesiastes 10:6. All right. So, man, Hollywood does it again, man. Because this is major distractions, a lot of things going on. And the main thing that's going on right now is this move towards digital currency. Okay, phasing out the dollar, because we know cyber attacks is coming real soon. The economy is going to crash, and inflation is going to continue to keep rising, and war is going to be ongoing, and there's going to be national wars, world wars, and of course there will be civil wars. But the scripture also says, Ecclesiastes 10:6, that folly, foolishness is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Folly, man. Because this situation that happened is meaningless, man, in the grand scheme of things. But something that's meaningless and has no value has become the biggest talking point. That's America. Folly. Folly is set in great dignity. All right? And that's why these actors in the media, they play a huge role in this in the indoctrination. That's why the masses are just completely asleep, and that's why entertainment holds high. And that's what the scripture said, folly is set in great dignity. That's why entertainment is such a major asset in this country, man. So you got actors getting paid millions of dollars, sports athletes, shooting a ball in the basket, millions of dollars, man. That's folly set in great dignity, man. And the rich, the Israelites, sit in low place, and above all, this knowledge is only with a few. The vast majority of people, they can't see it, man. And just like ancient Rome, they were caught up into the gladiatorial games. They couldn't see the Roman Empire falling right before their very eyes. Right? Because they caught up in the sorcery, man. Matter of fact, the Egyptians let me get to Exodus 7 verse 11. And I won't be going long, so Will, you look foolish, man. At the end of the day, and that's something the society don't teach you, is how to be a man. All right, you try to defend the honor of a woman that has no honor, man. All right, Exodus chapter 7 verse 11 though, it says, then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. So the Egyptians were heavy into magic and enchantments, man. Hell, when you study the ancient Egyptian, they tell you that everything was kept together by magic. From their birth to their rituals to their death, everything was controlled by magic and enchantments. And America, Babylon is taking on that same spirit. You see? They media, they form of information, that wand hollows wood. It deals with all magic. It deals with enchantments and spells, man. All right? They program in the masses' mind. They dumb you down. You see? Television, man. They're lying to your vision. See, now is the internet. That's what scripture also called him, what, the prince of the power of the air. All right? But the Most High is also mocking that world, man. Because everybody in that world, you can see they're all miserable. Even though they attain a lot of wealth and status and money and quote unquote power, they all miserable and they all being brought down. All right? Because y'all time is up, man. And that's what the scripture says, Matthew 16:26. Classic precept. And I'm going to close the script. I just wanted to do a quick video on this. Didn't want to do nothing long or drawn out, because it's all folly at the end of the day. Right? Scripture says, Matthew 16:26, and what is a man profited, that he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul, man? What shall a man give in exchange for his soul? What can you give in exchange for your soul? Absolutely nothing, man. Your soul is priceless, man. Your complete life of being. Right? You being an Israelite man, you have the highest calling. Now, your calling is to serve your power. You see? But you Israelites, you want that what the scripture calls that constellation prize. You want to sell your soul for what? Temporary riches or corruptible crown. That's what you gave your soul in for. That's what you guys do, like I just went into earlier, those homosexual acts, and you do things that's uncommon to your natural state or uncommon to your natural self. You see? And all of you worship the Baphomet, man. And we can all see, Will, Kanye West, and the rest of these celebrities, especially these rappers who's dying every other day. You're all miserable. You're miserable, man. Because the Most High said in Isaiah 10:33, the high wisdom stature, the ones that people look up to, he's going to hew all of you down. He's going to chop you down. And as you can see with Will and Kanye and these guys, they're plagued in the heart or their minds. Sirach said that. He said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, which they're both going through simultaneously. All right? And that's why the scripture says, let me get two more precepts. Nahum chapter 3. I should have pulled this before, actually. Nahum chapter 3, verse 8. It says, there we go. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Well, we already know that. All right? That's how you got this place, is by lying, robbing, stealing, and killing. The bloody city. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and the prancing horses and the jumping chariots. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there's a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there's none of their corpses, and they shall stumble upon their corpses. All right. And when you read the scriptures, Nahum is talking about Assyria. Okay, Nineveh, that was Assyria, which Babylon is also. Let's read on. It says, verse 4. We rest again. The horseman lifted up the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there's a multitude of his slain, and there's a great number of carcasses, and there's none. And of the corpses they stumble upon their corpses, because of the multitude of whoredoms and the wells yard harlot, the mischief of witchcrafts. Babylon, because America is also modern day Syria as well, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. So everybody come here, and they all sold by the witchcraft of America, which goes into democracy and capitalism. You're quote unquote free or liberated to do certain things. And this capitalistic society, there's quote unquote more job opportunities, which when you really go into it, it only really benefits the wealthy, those who are on top, these corporations. But they sell you what? A dream. Witchcraft through the media. You see, that's why everybody wants to come here, man. Is through that sorcery and that witchcraft. See, but the Most High is bringing this place down, man. We've been saying that. And the entertainment sucks. Things are not the same anymore. For us, movie and sports and all that. The scripture says that the mirth of the land is going to cease. It also tells you that in the same Revelation 18 chapter as well. All right, this place has lost its appeal. Right, people are no longer captivated by this place like they used to be. But who's on the rise? We on the rise, man. And quote unquote, and technically we are the celebrities. In the spiritual realm we are, but the Most High is about to make it manifest on the planet Earth. All right? He's about to make it manifest. Matter of fact, I'll prove that and I'll close it out with that scripture. This word is going to lead to power, man. Right? The scripture tells you the kingdom of the Most High is not going to come in word, but in what? But in power. All right? Let me read that Daniel chapter 12, verse 3. Let's get it. Daniel 12 and 3, it says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever," man. The 144. Because Lord willing, a part of it, we are the real stars. She said we're going to shine forever. Out of one Ratazah we endure. But you other Israelites who sold out, scripture says what? The first shall be what? Shall be last. You guys are going to be pushed to the back because you could not wait. You were covetous. All right? And now you see why, the end result of selling out. Right? Dude crying and just looking like a fool on national TV, man. And if it was staged, it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. You still look foolish and you're going to be destroyed. Because you're still broken. Right? Your household is broken. You yourself are broken. And all you Israelites who took the oath, you're also broken. You're miserable, man. And the only way that you can be put out that misery, the Most High, is to extract that spirit out of that body, man. But the brothers that's out there that's pushing this word, scripture says, out of one Ratazah, we gonna shine. All right? Lord willing, real soon, man. We already becoming infamous with all these different groups, especially the Christian world, the conscious community. Everybody knows about us right now. But the Most High is about to step this thing up to another level. Just kept the Passover. So, man, great things is on the way. So we just have to endure. So that I'm going to say, Kola Im La Yahweh Bashim El Shah. Shalom.